says we're live. That's not showing much of anything. Come on. Let's wake up. Bingo. Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Osa. We're playing Railroader, and I am at... Oh, that's so much better. I am at the turntable at the Bryson Depot. So, let's pull up the train list. All of our trains are stationary, and we need to get this one started. I'm going to check the line is open first. You're out of there, and I do believe we got an island. Let's zoom out a bit and zoom back in over there. You are all set to make it as far as Ela and then stop. Sounds good to me. Road, forward, 30, go. So these are all the returns for East Whittier that we have with us. And now we're going to ride the Alarka line. So let's head over here. That train's already. Inspect passenger. You're set to stop everywhere. Copy to all. And we got 3 cars on this train. Yeah, we'll see how it works out. Road, forward, go. So, we haven't seen much of this side of town. I'll let you know now. There are 2 iron ore mines up that track there. There's a bunch of industries over there. One over behind the coal tower. And we've got water, we've got coal. Don't know how many passengers we've got. We got engine services. I've got a coal car on order that should arrive overnight. I just have to assign it to Alarka tomorrow when it arrives. Okay, we have 28 passengers going to Alarka Junction and Whittier. Okay, obviously no freights here. So we'll let that stop and we'll check my messages. What the heck does that say? Our team is conducting blah 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 blah. Don't care, go away. Okay, that was easy. Oh, there's another message. Oh, suspected spam. Nope. I think that was the one I just deleted. Okay. So, he's now sitting there. People are getting on. What I might do, 1728. Yeah, we have no passengers. Let's get this train moving. So, stick it on manual, stick it on road, go. Toot toot. So we will ride the line up to at least Alarka Junction. We've been up and down the line from Alarka Junction onwards, and I figure, whoa, wait for me. He's leaving without me. I figure by that time number 10 should be at Ela, and we're going to have to do a little bit of switching there. I believe, if I remember rightly, the delivery is to the house track. And there's a pickup from the farm supply. Track speed 25 going over here. Looks like the river just ends there. So nice little winding valley. We've got a few bridges. I believe we've got a tunnel. And a small station, Cochrane, I want to say. And this is just a branch line, so it doesn't have a great speed. It's probably not until we clear Alarka Junction that we're actually going to be able to open the throttle to 35, but we're only going to ride as far as Alarka Junction. After that, as I said, we've got some freight work to do, and then yeah, I don't think I've ever ridden the line down here. When I was playing before, I just set the train and I'll meet you at Alarka. I've got other things to do. So that's the thing, you know, we're now in the sort of the later part of the day, so there's really not much else to do on the line after we've dealt with the freight, and we didn't get a lot of freight today. Now we're going to get a lot tomorrow, because obviously I do believe I've set up tier 3 across the border to Alarka. The Robinson Gap coal, I need to get credit for another 100%, and then I'll be able to bump that up to tier 5. So that's probably going to be midnight tonight. I'll get the credit. I can then bump it up to tier 5, which will be midnight tomorrow night, before it actually bumps up a tier. Then we get an absolute ton of coal cars delivered. Hopefully our 10-wheeler will be able to cope with that, or our decapod, whatever it is. I am probably going to relocate number 10 to the branch. We can run the big decapod with everything from East Whittier. We can do drops along the line along the way, and then potentially use locomotives from Bryson and East Whittier to fill in the deliveries. And here we go through the tunnel. Oop. Doesn't really do very well following the view of the trains in the tunnel. We get a top-down view until we depart the tunnel, and we can go back to sort of three-quarter, third-person follow. So yeah, we've got 3 moguls. The heaviest one will need to be at this end of the line. We'll use the decapod to push the coal cars up to Robinson Gap, and the number 10 can haul the rest of the stuff down the branch to Alarka, do all the local deliveries there. So it will stage there permanently. I'm probably going to leave the passenger train terminating at Bryson still. So for the rest of the day, we've still got a lot of hours of daylight. Once we get to Whittier, we'll do a turnaround, head back through to Alarka again, just to push up the visit frequency for the day. Hopefully we'll get Alarka and Cochrane here generating more passengers, and the rest of the line generating passengers to come to Alarka. I guess we'll see how that works out. Okay, we're here at Cochrane, so we'll be stopping. Number 10 is still doing its thing. So we'll let this stop, actually. Yes, we have. 7 people for Bryson, 14 people for Ela. That's nice. So we've got people for Alarka Junction, and people for Whittier, people for Bryson, people for Ela. We don't have Hemingway. Meh. And train will stop there. Looks like number 10 slowing down. Now I did say before, the train used to have a lot of problems with this station because it's on a slight hill. If I do that, that's actually 0. Yeah, 1% there. So it's level up here. Oh no, it is 1%. So it's on a hill, and the AI is getting significantly better than it used to. But there was an issue with it. It would not stop well, and it would get to, basically, if we look at where it is now, it would say, I need to be in this spot here to stop, and it would come to a stop, but before it could completely apply the brakes, it would roll back a little bit, and then it would say, oh, I'm not in the ideal place to stop, I need to move forward again. And so it was hunting for the precise stop location, and it would just keep moving forward, slowing down, and then rolling back before it applied the brakes. So I used to end up putting it on this line, which I think still, it's not quite as steep, but also I think the sort of the ideal stop location was bigger. So long as the locomotive made it somewhere in the stop location, it was like, yep, this is good enough. Now the precision required on this stop point is much lower, much lower precision. So long as it stops close enough, it's fine. So should I? We arrived at 11:15. It's 11:17. I could get this going again by just saying manual. AI road forward 35. And it's not far to Alarka Junction at all. It is literally just around this corner. Then we'll bounce over to Ela, and then we'll have to start working fast. I do like this locomotive. It's got a good turn of speed. It doesn't have good hauling capacity, but we got very light old coaches here that don't really stress it too much. I know once we open up to Nantahala, we're going to have a little bit of an issue because there's no turnaround there. I may just run passengers to Alarka until we unlock all the way to Andrews, and then run trains end to end. We've got a problem at the other end. The Dillsborough has a turntable, so we have to detach the locomotive and turn it around. Silver's got nothing. But I might start doing shuttle trains where we run between point A and point B with a couple of cars. And, Alarka branch could be used as a push-pull service. Anyway. Bit of an S-bend here, and I think just around this corner we're actually at the new exchange at Alarka Junction. I'll call it an exchange. Officially it's not. But technically you'll bring freight here and just drop it in these sidings or close to, and then pickups for return to East Whittier, we'll just put them in the yard or in the exchange here, ready to be hauled back, and actually it's there. I was thinking we go around that corner, but no. So here we are, we got 2 exchange sidings and the Y that we're so familiar with. And speed limited to 25 again. I'm going to ride the train into Alarka Junction just because I want to make sure the signals are through, set for through, and I have to change the signals at Bryson as well. Probably do that now while we're messing around here. So I'll switch, whoops, switch that. Check the junction at the other end. Yeah, we're set to drive through. We got a green signal here, so this is all good. Let's go deal with the freight. Okay. Handbrake on. Disconnect, and I think what I'll do is go manual at this point. So we'll do a little bit of manual work, I guess. A little bit of braking power. That will not give me a green signal, because obviously I do have freight cars on both tracks. There's no lower third signal for approaching yard traffic. Okay, so that is going in there, that's coming off, and we're then clear to next junction. So I'll turn that off. Oops. And that's empty, so I'm not actually going to attach the brake lines. We'll have to turn the and we'll have to bleed the brakes as well. Okay, there you go. That's good enough. So yeah, brakes on this locomotive are more than adequate to stop an single empty car. It's kind of how yardsmen would do this. You don't need to string up the brakes on every car every time you make a move. I don't know how this guy, that guy's empty as well, but we will need to be hitched up when we join the rest of the train. Okay. That is fine. Handbrakes on. So, that's cool. Oops. So, passenger train still stopped at Alarka Junction. I think, ooh, a little bit tight there. We made it. Let's back this off. What's that one? That one has 31 tonnes of machinery. That's 6.7 farming supplies. So I think the back car is possibly going to be empty later on today. I think we're probably good enough to leave everything as is. Because I don't think there is any bonus for return traffic. It's just dropping stuff at the industry in a timely manner will get you a bonus pay. So we just have to make the deliveries on time, but everything else we can return them when we feel like it. Need to switch that. And a little bit of brakes. Green, that can go green. A little bit of braking. That one can go green. A little bit more brakes. And go. So, quick stop at Ela. I want to be back over here, and we actually want to go that way. Probably should be braking round about now. Oh, actually, not quite so desperate for braking as I thought. That's, oh right, okay. So that signal went okay. I was looking at that and thinking, why on earth did that go up? But we're set to go down the diverging track, and the diverging track is closed at the other end, which is why it only went to yellow. But I really want to ride. And I was very good. I left the road clear of traffic. Obviously we're going to fell the road for a little bit here while we connect up. But once we're all connected, we can go. So traffic will just have to wait while we set that. Road forwards. Go. And green light there, he's good. What's oh, passenger trains coming up to Hemingway. Not bad. Do we have any passengers for Hemingway? Whittier, Bryson, Ela. Bryson, Ela, Whittier, Bryson, Ela. I think that means the most passengers are going to Whittier, then to Bryson, and then a couple to Ela. And here at Hemingway we have passengers to Ela, passengers to Whittier. So it's good service. So we have to make a lightning stop here. I mean, obviously, passenger train is now going to be stopped for 5 minutes at Hemingway. It's going to stop for 5 minutes at Bryson. We really have got well, not all the time in the world, quite a lot of time in the world to deal with the stock at Whittier 10. Then we'll get all this dumped in the exchange and probably use this locomotive to go and refresh the wood cars. I'm guessing they might be good to go by the time we get to East Whittier. I don't know if I said, this is probably going to be a very short stream. It's all the bits I missed on the end of day 13. I think it was 13. We're on day 14. We are indeed on day 14. So yeah, I didn't run end of day 13 because it was really just hauling traffic from Alarka Junction to East Whittier, and everything's done. This train happens to have a few things to pick up along the way. It is nice to have a medium engine though. I don't know. I'm probably going to upgrade all of the local engines, so like Bryce and Whittier. This will become Alarka. And I'll update those to this G26, 25, 26. Where doesn't it tell me? What is this? It's a G25, so I'll probably upgrade all of them to G25s. They're a little bit, the wheels are a bit bigger, so they've got a more efficient top speed. Not quite so efficient getting going, more efficient top speed, so we can use them to run Whittier to Ela or Bryson to Ela to East Whittier. But the little ones, the G16s, really don't need to go far. I'm not necessarily going to upgrade them to moguls. I might go another path. Vary the stock on the line. Okay, we're here. And I want to switch this to the main station line. Not because it makes a difference, but we're now clear of the passenger train, so that's a good thing. Not that it's anywhere close to us. We will stop this. Right before that switch up ahead. Dude, that's a little bit excessive braking there. Okay, you're good there. So, apply the handbrakes, brakes off, manual, and these two should be returning, and that one back there, which is a little unfortunate. And it looks like I'm not cleared. Okay. Slam the brakes on. How's that lot doing? Machine parts, metal stock, and machine part. Ooh. That metal stock they're the supply for this place, so that's going to be empty soon. Oh well. Not going to worry too much about that right now. As I said, that's going to be ready mid-afternoon, and the other two cars are not going to be filled up, so Stenzel Manufacturing will stop doing its manufacturing thing, but not a lot I can do about that, and probably should switch that too. Alrighty. So what do we got here? 40 tons of machine parts and an empty car. So I think probably a good idea to lace them together, and then we can back this up a little bit further. But of course this locomotive, I think there's a little bit of a rise there, but this locomotive will not have a problem pushing 40 tons up that hill. Actually, I'm not sure that's a hill. And that's close enough. And that's not close enough. Alrighty. Pick that up. Handbrakes on the back. That's 8,000, that's 7,000. That's unfortunate. We can go back to the tail car again. Anytime you want to. Any way you want it. That one. And you didn't do it, did you? There we go. Probably should switch that one too. Alright. So also good practice to leave the oil cars well away from the thing with the fire in it, even if they're empty. They can get a little bit explodey. I'll push that a little bit further past the line. Okay, good. Handbrake, disconnect. Do need a little braking pressure there. I'm only running on the engine brakes. That's probably why it takes so long to slow down. So we get this marshalled in the heating oil siding. When you feel like it, let's register that we're arriving, and let's use the train brake. Okay, brake on the back. So yeah, this one is full, this one has started draining, so the back one is always going to be emptied first. So we'll have to do another switcheroo when the next one's empty. It does take a while to unload oil cars, even at tier 5. They do take time. Alright. Where's the passenger train? The passenger train is travelling. A little bit more braking. We are clear. That at 4, that's a safe connecting speed. And brake off. I think we've got that set right, so we can just continue backing up 4 miles an hour. I'm not sure I've left enough room to get the entire train back there. That's fine. Okay, a little bit of brakes. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And this should be a nice payout, I think. Okay, back up a little bit further. $22 for passengers at Bryson. Goodly. So, let's go. 25. So I'm thinking I'm set for the Y up here because this is a yellow light. No, I'm not. Okay. Should probably do that then. And we'll set that one too. I still have a yellow light there. Yeah, see, I said it wouldn't be long till this one became available. And obviously these are delivering machine parts, so they won't collect anymore. But they're all in the stock there. They're fine. Actually, I think what we'll do here, as soon as we've cleared this junction, we'll switch this for the passenger train. Dang, this is a fair few cars. How many have we got here? 11 minus 2, 9? 9 freight cars. This is good. So I think the sooner I can get off having the 10-wheeler, the decapod, come up here, I think the better. Okay, switch to reverse, and you That'll stop the passenger train now. That's fine. That's fine. You still have a lot of logs on, so not going anywhere with that. There is one car needs to be picked up if I was desperate for money, which I'm not. Okay, which siding is the fullest? That one is completely filled. So we're good to clear into there. Which then means, I think, in that case, I'm just going to put number 10 in this shed. We'll be good for that. Let's go check on 900 while we're waiting. 2 full coal cars. That has sufficient mining supplies, and there's 9 more up there. You're at Bryson. That's good. Let's go here. So quite frankly, I think I'm not going to bring the decapod down with the coal cars until we're ready with a train to leave here. So I can then run him in, he'll drop off the coal and switch to the rest of the freight and haul it out of there. We'll try and get the Whittier sawmill stuff separated and into that spur so it's completely out of the way. But it means I've got the entire morning while the coal train's coming back just to get down here while I'm sorting out the freight for it to take. And we'll get a bigger locomotive here as well to do that. Okay. So this will come to a stop any moment. And there you go. So yard reverse 10, go. Set to couple, so that's good. And as I said, we've got about 9 cars on here. So that just entered the exchange. I think I can get away with just going back 10 and we'll get paid for the rest. So 8 cars at about 60.48. So it should put us on about $7,000. That's fine. So yeah, freight will then be, we'll pull the coal down, get paid for what was created today, tomorrow. And then we'll haul all of the freight out for all points later. And there you go. And we don't have anything else coming in today. You're going to stop? That'll do. Yes. So, another 500. Yeah, 71,000. 7,100 even. What can I buy with 7,100? That's 8,100. That's 85.50. 87. So I'm kind of thinking I might put a 10-wheeler T22 here at Whittier put the switcher at Bryson. We'll keep the Mogul running the Alarka branch. The Atlantic's obviously running passenger trains for at least the immediate future, and the Decapod is running the big freight. Now, at some point we are going to need something down at Silver when I unlock that line. So what do we reckon? Back 10? Three car lengths. It's close. I'm also not sure I've got enough room at this exchange for all of the coal cars if they filled up. So shuffle him in there. What do you reckon? One more. That's fine. That looks awesome. Headlight off. Manual. 2. Headlight off. 3. Headlight off. 600. Where are you? Governor Island. Okay. So I guess we're going to run this guy down to Whittier. I'll get him switched around and set up for a return to Alarka. I'll probably sit on that for about 2 hours on the the Connolly Y. Yeah, that's all of the freight done. As I said, we've got some back here. We got 2 cars filled. It's probably going to take a while to get the rest done. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we got 11 cars up here. That's not going to be complete until the morning. So this locomotive's sitting, waiting for it all to get delivered. So this is midpoint Governor Island to... It's not a good thing. Okay. For some reason my headset on my office PC wasn't plugged in, so battery was drained. Might need that. Well, I'm not going to need that tomorrow. It's Saturday tomorrow. So, yeah, tomorrow we'll have 8 o'clock, a couple of hours of farm sim. I think I'm at the point now where I'm about to plant barley or wheat or something. Some winter grain, and then skip a month and do the sugar beet harvest for the first time. But I think right now on the farm, I'm going to be pushing for getting stuff done on the farm as quickly as possible. Because we are very close to Farm Sim 25 release and looking out for a good looking map for the next season of Farm Sim on Saturdays. Is that a good name for a show? Well, it'll work for now. So yeah, I did. It's a new month, so new budget. I have bought, or I have paid for Farm Sim 25. Obviously, it's not going to be delivered until the 12th of November, which is what's that? Tuesday week. I do believe that YouTubers who are Farm Sim affiliates will be doing pre-release videos next week. So most of them have finished up their Farm Sim 22 season series and are going to be blitzing Farm Sim 25 for the next 2 weeks, and then the rest of us get hold of it. And I will carry on with the Farm Sim 22 series on Saturday until, as I said, until I find a nice map. I'm probably, given what Giants is adding to the game every release, I'm probably not inclined to be waiting too long for mods that, I really want. So we'll be starting. Bryson is behind us. Cochrane is behind us. We've got all the passengers here, so I would suggest we'll do the quick stop, and we are carrying 51 passengers, 60 passengers, 50. That's a lot of people going to Whittier. We'll get a good payout there. So. Hush. Do not need you to be that loud. I did take my meds this evening, so I don't know why it's screaming at me. And I didn't sneak any candies, so that's not a thing. I should take my nighttime meds though, so we'll do that right now. So yeah, typically I've waited for things like Maize Plus, precision farming, seasons, what have you, to become available. Courseplay, additional field information. Yeah, there's a lot of sort of quality of life mods that I do add to the game to feel comfortable in it. But yeah, we've got Giants version of Seasons. We're going to be getting a primitive sort of guidance steering thing. The helpers are going to be a little bit more functional. So, I may be more comfortable moving into the new game. Obviously, we won't have things like super strength, lumberjack, mod that tells you how long the piece of wood you're cutting is. But we'll make do. Also, Giants does tend to give us improved physics. Every release, there's an upgrade in how good the physics is working. I do remember I was watching a virtual farmer video this week, and he was using the Schmetterling 3-point bale carrier. That was originally released in Farm Sim 19, and it was horrible. You couldn't get the bale lifting bars low enough away from a bale in order to just slide it on and then lift it up. So the bales were falling off. They were picking up at the wrong angle. you just spent so long trying to get the bales to stay on it. It was a horrible piece of kit. Farm Sim 22 came out, and obviously, you know, there's no decent mods available. So I ended up doing a couple of bale contracts where, okay, I've got the bale, I've got the mower, I've got the wrapper, and it's given me a couple of schmetterlings to go front and back on the tractor. And oh my goodness, it was so much improved. You can still screw things up, but it'll generally pick things up and carry them, and things won't fall off. I think some modders used to add straps on, so that you could, you know, you picked up the bales and then strapped them on, and then they wouldn't fall off. But yeah, now it's a much improved piece of kit. So I kind of expect a relatively bug-free bale handling experience in Farm Sim 25. I must admit, since we moved off of Maple Farm on the Saturday series, I have avoided using bales unless I'm using an autoloader or a bale collector. But we may, well, we'll give front loaders a chance, shall we say? Then we see where we go from there. Okay, everybody, off you get. Train at platform 1 terminates here. Everybody off. Might do this manual. How about we do this manual? I think the middle car was the full, yeah, that's still got 43 people on it. Well, we don't get paid until the last guy gets off, so that's good. And this could be quite lucrative. Some of these people have travelled all the way from Alarka Junction. So I don't know how much the trip is. It's $1 per person from here to Ela. It's $2 per person from here to Bryson. Hemingway, Alarka Junction, Cochrane, Alarka. Potentially there's $4 or $5 a person coming in. Guess we'll see when we get paid. $7,200 at the moment. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last person get paid. Whittier, 166, 333. It's still only about $2 a person. Okay, so I'm going to run this around, but we'll park it in the Y for now. Teenage Osa and schooling. Sometimes not going well. Alrighty. Stop that there. Apply the brake. Passengers everywhere. So like I said, I'm going to run the train all the way to Alarka Depot, Alarka Town as I call it, and then I'll stable it at Bryson. Might not do that tonight. And switch. Yeah, she had a question for me. Why? She wasn't speaking clearly. It basically sounded like, why can't you pour a glass of water if there's no hydrogen bomb? People have been drinking glasses of water since before hydrogen bombs were invented. So what the heck are you talking about? So eventually I had a look at the question. Oh, why can't you have a glass of water if there's no hydrogen bomb? So I don't understand what you're asking me. Well, it turns out it was, why can't you pour a glass of water if there's no hydrogen bonds? Because hydrogen bonds are what bonds hydrogen to oxygen to make the water in the first place. So if you can't create water because there's no such thing as a hydrogen bond, then you can't pour yourself a glass of water because water doesn't exist at that point. But good grief, speak clearly, girl. And maybe people will understand what you're saying to them. Okay, gonna switch that way because we're probably going to do some wood runs before nightfall. Let's adjust the reverser. Actually get some speed going. Okay, so the track should all be set for a return trip all the way through. So, let's switch that. Good. Apply the brakes. Okay, so as far as freight's concerned, we're not going to return anything else to Whittier. Probably going to select wait 2 hours and then this will depart. So we'll do that and then we'll call it a day. Mostly a day anyway. Okay, that's probably fast enough for a doink. Close that, release the handbrake. We'll put the brake on. We'll do, actually we'll stick it in neutral. Okay, everybody stopped for now. Did set that. That's all ready to go. So we're going to wait 2 hours. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Okay. So road 35, go. So passenger train is now departing. I'm going to do a quick bounce around locations, see what's going on. So we'll go up and check this guy first. We do have 4 cars ready to return. Like I said, we're just going to leave it until first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock. The The exchange will get delivered, and I'll hitch up to whatever coal's available here and haul it. That's that one. Let's go. There's nothing at Alarka Depot. There's nothing at Alarka Junction. So next check is Bryson. We have a lot of passengers and 2 freight cars from Appalachian Hardwoods. That's G3A and that's R1. So we got an empty lumber and a full furniture. Those to the switch list. We haven't been using the switch list much. Okay, next check is Ela. And Ela, we have lots of passengers, no freight. And then we can jump over to here, since this is where we are. 21 passengers, 20, 40, 60. 60 passengers total, and we have 8 freight. So 4 Connolly Creek, Whittier Sawmill, and 1 from Stenzel, and 1 from the East. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so if we head down to Whittier Sawmill. So these 4 cars are empty. We could take those up to L1. And then we've got, looks like these 2 are ready to return. 30 tons, 40 tons. This will be filling now. 6, 9. Empty, empty. Okay. So I'll probably send number 10 up Connolly Branch during the course of the rest of today. We've got 43 logs. So yeah, the mill pond's full. I'm pretty sure we should have a full train at L2. So we'll come up here, we'll pull those off. But yeah, it's basically marking time. I'm going to let the passenger train run to Alarka and then back to Bryson, terminating at Bryson. And we'll do a little bit of logging before the end of the night. But I think for now, it is only 10 past 9. Like I said, short episode today, only an hour. Yeah, hope everyone has a good weekend. Maybe see you tomorrow if you come and watch the Farm Sim show. But for now, I think I'm out of here. Have fun, everybody, and bye.